Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Dear brothers, sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's episode, we are taking 53rd parable of Al-Qur'an, that is from Surah Al-Hadid. Surah Al-Hadid, which is 57th Surah of Al-Qur'an, and the verse number is 20. Now this parable is about the worldly life and how swiftly it passes away, and how it is compared with a man's life. So let us take the ayah first. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور سابقوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها كعرض السماء والأرض أعدت للذين آمنوا بالله ورسله ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. Now let us take the translation of these two verses of Al-Qur'an. Know ye all that the life of this world is but play and amusement, pomp and mutual boasting and multiplying and in rivalry amongst yourselves, riches and children. Here is a similitude. How rain and the growth which it brings forth delight the hearts of the tillers. Soon it withers. Thou wilt see it grow yellow, then it becomes dry and crumbles away. But in the hereafter is a penalty severe for the devotees of wrong, and forgiveness from Allah, and His good pleasure for those who devote themselves to Allah. And what is the life of this world but goods and chattels of deception? Be ye foremost in seeking forgiveness from your Lord, and a garden of bliss, the width thereof is as the width of heaven and earth, prepared for those who believe in Allah and His messengers. That is the grace of Allah, which He bestows on whom He pleases, and Allah is the Lord of grace abounding. First of all, in this parable, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that the worldly life in the eyes of the people, these are the five things: la'ibun wa lahwun wa zinatun wa tafakhurun bainakum wa takathurun fil amwali wal awlad. These are the five things which constitute mainly a man's life. And we can say that there are five stages of the man are also indicated. A baby comes to this world. The beginning years of his life is what? La'ibun. It is just play. He does not think about earning, about any responsibility. No, the life is just play. Later, when he goes to learning, to the school, at that time, sometime he is distracted by the play, by other things, which is why he does not concentrate on his education. that is the stage of lahwun, those things which distracts him. He is distracted by so many things around him. He does not want to go to the school, for example. He is pushed to go to the school, but he runs away sometime. I am not saying about all the good children, but there are many children who do that. And then his young age, his teenage was zinatun. Look at a young man. When he is about to come out of his house, how is he going to stand in front of mirror first, looking at his face, beautifying himself, combing, all other things just to make him look nice among the people. Whether he is a man or she is a woman, in both cases, they beautify themselves. Zinatun. After that, he has completed his studies. Now he got his job. Here comes this fourth stage, وَتَفَاخُرٌ بَيْنَكُمْ. People, they do boast because of their position, status, job. Someone is saying to someone else, oh, what do you do? And after listening to him, he says, oh, I got a very good job. So that is the idea or the concept of boasting at each other. وَتَفَاخُرٌ بَيْنَكُمْ. And there are people, they say that they have divided the whole community into laborers and the nobles, for example. There is a class known to be the labor class and the other people who are conservative, for example. People have divided others on the basis of the status only. وَتَفَاخُرٌ بَيْنَكُمْ. And the last stage, when a person has achieved a very high status in the world, still he got some greediness about two things. وَتَكَاثُرٌ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ. He wants more and more wealth and more children. As far as the children are concerned, it is true for that society in Arabia and also in many other places of the world, where the sons, where the children are considered as assets to the family. A person always in those tribal societies wants more children to assist him. And that is the case still, that is the case in many countries. But as far as the first thing, وَتَكَاثُرٌ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ, that is found everywhere. Everywhere. People, even if they have reached an old age, 60 years old, 70 years old, but that greediness of money does not vanish from their mind. And this is why in one of the hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ he said, لَوْ كَانَ لِبْنِ آدَمَ وَادٍ مِّن ذَهَبٍ لَبْتَغَى ثَانِيَةً. If Ibn Adam, the son of Adam, got a valley full of gold, he wants another valley full of gold as well. وَمَا يَمْلَأُ جَوْفَهُ إِلَّا التُّرَابِ. But one thing which can fill his mouth, that is the dust of the earth, the clay of the earth. That is when he dies and buried in the earth itself. So by mentioning these 5 things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very beautifully described the 5 stages of the man's life. And then is given the example, كَمَثَلِ غَيْثٍ أَعْجَبَ الْكُفَّارَ نَبَاتُهُ. It is just like the rain which comes down and then it gives energy and it gives power to the earth to produce its growth. أَعْجَبَ الْكُفَّارَ نَبَاتُهُ. And when the plants come out of the land and they flourish, the sowers and the farmers, they are pleased with that. ثُمَّ يَهِيجُ فَطَرَاهُ مُصْفَرًّا. The plants, the vegetations, the fruits first, they are sprouting a lot and they are increasing in number. But in the end, what is going to happen to a tree after it passes a certain amount of time of its life? In the end, what is going to happen to that tree? To any crops? ثُمَّ يَكُونُ حُطَامًا. It becomes dry. And then it crumbles to pieces. That is again the example of the man. That man, after passing his whole life, one day he is going to come to an old age. And after that old age, what is the end? Death. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after mentioning the world and how mean it is, how short it is, how swiftly it is going to an end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that don't rely upon this world. Don't rely upon this world. Look for something else which is higher and sublime, and that is al-akhirah, the hereafter, where either there is a very bad end or a very good end. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ. In the hereafter there would be a very severe penalty for those people who did not believe in Allah, who did not believe in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ. And there is forgiveness from Allah and a pleasure of Allah, and this is for those people who actually realized the objectives of their life. They believed in Allah, they believed in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they have spent their life in good actions. And وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاءُ الْغُرُورِ. And this worldly life is nothing but a deception. It is enjoyment, but it is the enjoyment of deception. It is just like a dream which is going to pass through very quickly. In the end, you got nothing. So if that is the reality of the worldly life, so if you want to compete, then don't compete to get more and more money. Don't compete to get more and more children, but compete for something else. And that is what is said in the second ayah, سَابِقُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ أَرْضُهَا كَأَرْضِ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Make haste, compete towards something else, and that is forgiveness from your Lord and a paradise which is so wide that the whole heaven and the earth can be accommodated in it. That is the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared such a vast paradise. أُعِدَّتْ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ. It has been prepared for those people who believed in Allah and His prophets. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. And that is a grace of Allah which He gives to whom He likes. وَاللَّهُ ذُو الْفَضْلِ الْعَظِيمِ. And Allah is the Lord of abounding. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives every person what he deserves according to his actions. But He wants to give someone some more, then that is His grace. He showers His grace upon whom He likes. And with this we come to the end of this episode. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَى نَبِيِّنَا مُحَمَّدٍ وَعَلَى آلِهِ وَصَحْبِهِ أَجْمَعِينَ. وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.